we forget why we're here. It's easy to fall off track. These help us remember.
These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Growing up I had a dream, something no one else could see. Tell me what it means when your faith is falling beneath your knees and you can't breathe. Everything you see reminds you of what you're not or something you won't be. You gotta take what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business. Not because they wanna do it, just because they heard it pays. And who the fuck wants to be poor knowing that's how we've been raised? Society is getting heavy, I can feel the weight. The pressure of success is like 100 million pounds of shame. And that's the reason I'm staying up late, trying to find a way to escape the stereotypes. This day and age is making me feel like the only way I'll be happy is getting signed to a label and making money through rapping. I wanna share my emotion because this world is attacking the very principle of life that lets the people be happy. If you don't have a reason to breathe, why even live? These battle scars are impressions of everything that it is.
Don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Now, if I had a voice that reached 100 million people, I'd tell them there's a reason that we're all created equal. Cause some decide to be great and some decide a sequel to an average person's life is simply what they want to be. So you make your decision, all I know is what I'm given. Won't define the life I lead or the way I dwell in existence. I've seen a greater image on the walls of where I'm living, and the words twisted and scripted remind me of something written. Faith is a gift that is given down to the people. If one believes it, one receives it. It's given if it is needed. Don't ever think you're trapped in a life that you never wanted. Your options are infinite, that's some mathematical logic. I'm not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers and these battle scars on my church. Not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers, these battle scars on my church.
Don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Okay, I was wondering if my camera was going to work because I didn't test it ahead of time. How are you guys doing? Oh, I need to get a little bit away from this heater. I hope you are doing well. This is going to be the last of blasting through May-June history 1974. And we've just got one more page to cover. And hello, Dark Magnus from Twitch. I need to start doing some Twitch only streams. Oh boy. Tomorrow will be an LNC update. So hello everybody. We're gonna get started because again, this has been a marathon every night, just busting through the history. Along the bottom is my Patreon. So we're at the end of the month. If you would like to help me make my monthly goals, it's patreon.com/Pink Flame of Liberty. And as always, all super chats matter. And before we continue on, I do need to mention my sponsor. I am so grateful to have sponsors. And one second here. You know, I get lost with my, here we go, Asteros. Ah, there we go. Let me put that where you can see it a little better, if I can. Yeah, I can move it right there. That is so much better. Hello, so Asteros.com, Asteros.com. It's not spelled like Fred Astaire, but it's pronounced like Fred Astaire. They are a cybersecurity service. They do the poking and prodding, basically white hat hacking to determine where your organization or business might be vulnerable. And if you have an online organization or business, I guarantee it's vulnerable. So please take advantage of their free offer for a surface penetration audit. I know, I gotta make everything. So get their surface penetration audit for free at asteros.com/free and let them tell you where your weaknesses are. And hello, Nathan. So we're going to get right into this history for tonight. And yes, as usual, I do have my rum. Super chats keep me in rum. You don't want the lady not to have rum. And one reason why we're kind of doing somewhat short shows than my usual like mega streams is I'm still working on convention minutes. On the LNC list is day one of convention minutes. Today I've been working on the voting statistics chart, so all of the votes for, I already did chair, I'm working on secretary now, but I got to get through secretary, treasurer, vice chair, at large, and JC. That's probably about 12 hours worth of work. But once those charts are done, the second and third day minutes, I think are going to go pretty fast. My goal is to have them done by this weekend because there's an LNC meeting on Sunday and I'd like to have the draft minutes done by then. But whether we will or not remains to be seen. So all we have today is one page left of the May-June 1974 LP News. The July, or is it August? I think they said they were skipping July. So I wonder, should I do any history shows in July if they're skipping July? Yeah, I'll do some other kinds of history shows. We'll probably catch up on the People's Party. We'll catch up on ballot access. But let's go. I'm going to have to take the chat off screen, as you guys know. Let's pull up what we are going over. So we are going over... I need to get centered now. Bits and pieces. So it's this last page here. So let's see what was going on. This was quite an LP news. And if you hear a background hum, I'm sorry. I'm in my basement. It's cold. I've got my little portable, I don't know if you can see it, my little portable heater here because I have to turn the furnace off or the furnace makes an even deeper rumble. But let me know if you can hear that. I've got like one of those like radiator heaters here as well but if I don't turn it on a few hours ahead of time, it takes forever to warm up this little area. All right, let's move on. Milton Friedman predicts gold price plunge. Okay. Libertarian-leaning economist Milton Friedman, writing in Newsweek, he had, I believe, a regular column in Newsweek at this time, April 22nd, 1974, predicts a sharp drop in the price of gold from today's $170 to $180 range down to $60 to $140 range. What's gold at today? Very curious. Friedman argues cogently that gold prices have been artificially bid up in recent months and that a price of $100 an ounce, give or take $40, is more in line with general trends in commodity prices since gold was demonetized by FDR in 1934. Friedman's piece makes sense and it's worth reading. It could save you from being taken in by gold hustlers. And Jeff Benjamin said around $2,000. Okay. Oof. Inflation doubles cost of living in 10 years. Now this is going to allow me to tie into something that if you guys can make it on Sunday, you can check the National Party Facebook page. You can also check the National Party Twitter. I don't know if it's posted on the National Party website. If not, I'm just going to make a post since I have the website keys. Oh, and I still had Dave Davis's quote here from last time, but that's a good quote. So politics is the continuation of war by other means. But that was from last show. I had left it up there. This Sunday, we're having a Bitcoin fundraiser. So, tune into that. We've got all kinds of cryptocurrency luminaries speaking. But the fundraiser, one of the things we're fundraising for is the production of a video by Daniel Smots from The System is Down, who is going to do a video on the cause of inflation. So that ties into this next paragraph here. And Dan Smots is so talented. This video should be great. Unlike, now I can say it because it's long enough. I didn't really want to say anything bad about it before because I was just happy they said something, but it was boring. The video that was put out by National on the mandates was boring. And like, how hard is it to make an exciting video on the absolute civil liberties violations of the mandates? But they managed to do it with a 2-minute video full of stock footage. It was a yawner. Anything Dan produces will not be a yawner. Okay, inflation doubles cost of living in 10 years. Wonder what it's been now since the 70s. Ooh, did you know that even the government now admits that the cost of living is up 65% since 1964? And that's for after-tax income, i.e. it takes $16,500 after taxes today to equal $10,000 after taxes in 1964. After allowing for the effects of being in a higher tax bracket and the inevitable hedging by the government in reporting inflation, it is safe to assume that Americans today need to earn $2 for every $1 they earned 10 years ago just to keep even. And at present rates of inflation, the cost of living will double again by 1981. All right, and here, wow. Here's a group I never heard of before, Campus Studies Institute. So the Campus Studies Institute offers material. It says they're a moderate libertarian educational, and they misspelled educational. That's an irony. That's an irony. Misspelling educational outfit is offering a 2-for-1 book bonus to college students. Copies of, I'm going to mispronounce this name bad, Solzhenitsyn's The Gulag Archipelago, and Richard Grant's libertarian classic, The Incredible Bread Machine, both for $1. For non-student prices and for samples of CSI's excellent posters and brochures and blah, blah, blah. Right. And here's another group I haven't heard of. Boy, there was a lot of college libertarian groups at that time. Intercollegiate Studies Institute, another libertarian-leaning educational outfit, they spelled educational right that time, is offering copies of Wilhelm Röpke's book, Humane Economy, at 75 cents for one, with prices as low as 30 cents in quantity. ISI is also sponsoring an essay contest for college undergraduates. It's in honor of the late Ludwig von Mises. And it goes on to give details about this long ago contest. And Gary Parasini, is Gary still with us? I'm curious. Gary Parasini of Montana, because it's not a name I've heard before, has become the 19th life member of National LP. Many thanks. And cold facts about the energy crisis. So Solzhenitsyn. Gotcha, JJ. Thank you so much. Boy, we're tearing through this, but JJ knows my struggle. I'm going through the convention minutes now. My God, I forgot how long they take. JJ, if you didn't hear, I'm doing the vote charts now. Let's just leave it at that. I attended tonight, there was a special board meeting of the National Association of Parliamentarians because I'm such a masochist. I'm like, ooh, a board meeting of a board I'm not even a part of. Let's go. And I did. But it was all just about their educational convention planning. So it wasn't terribly interesting. But I just wanted to see how they ran the meeting to see if I could learn anything. And it was interesting. I noticed that the president, I don't like that word, I like chair better, kept saying, are you ready for the question? That's something we don't really say very much in libertarian circles, but I guess that's super formal. I don't think I've ever said that once in any committee I've chaired. Yeah, Miss Universe goes, oh damn, that's my life to go to random meetings. I'm serious. You know how many conventions I've attended, and always after the convention, there's the new board meeting. I'm always just walking by going, ooh, a board meeting. And I end up going, oh, it's a sickness. But I'm not yet to the point of attending random homeowners association meetings. That's when you need to take me to the Gulag Archipelago. Okay. So, cold facts about the energy crisis, an excellent analysis of the causes of energy shortages, and the use of trumped up crises as an excuse for ever greater controls is given an article entitled Energy Can Be Made Cheap and Abundant, which was written by, I wonder if they misspelled Peter, or whether that's supposed to be Peter without an E before the last R, Beckman, and published in Human Events. Speaking of random board meetings, this isn't random, but this Sunday there's an LNC meeting, so please be sure to attend if you can. The details are on lp.org. All right, a noise on Royce report, a note on Royce report. That's what always happens when I read ahead. Oh, a note on Royce report subscriptions. Oh, Jeff Benjamin says he's a motorcycle guy. You want to know what my husband and I want to do, Jeff, is we want to get one of those cruising bikes with a sidecar, and we just want to go through the mountains. Doesn't that sound like fun? Now, of course, that has to be when we actually have money, because I'd be broke right now. But that's a dream one day, to get a cruising bike, because we love just driving through the mountains. All right, a note on Royce report subscriptions. Apparently, it has not been made clear how subscriptions to the Royce report on Congress are sold. The $5 subscription fee is for a 4-issue set covering a complete 2-year congressional session. If one subscribes in midterm, one receives the back issues and the remaining future issues for that term, not for future issues overlapping 2 sessions. I wish the Royce report was still out. I don't even know if Scott Eric Royce is still with us. Oh, and tonight, right after the show, I'll be uploading, so it'll take a while to upload, but if you're a Patreon, you'll get a link tonight for Chapter 2 of The Problem of Political Authority. I put together the video, and then I realized I had it out of order, so I had to redo it, but it's going up tonight. God, I love that book. It is fan-effing-tastic. Marlo Cook on federal election financing. On April 1st, 1974, April Fool's Day, Senator Marlo Cook, Republican, Kentucky, made the following remarks about the proposed federal financing of campaigns. I'm afraid we are looking at a bill that will absolutely build in no more than 2 parties, and that is what happened. A lot of quote-unquote election finance reform happened during this time period, and it really screwed over third parties. And I firmly believe that's why the LP was the last third party to really make a big splash. A lot of third parties have come and gone since then. And Nathan says I'll be going to the Mesquite, I'm doing it again, Mises Whiskey Rebellion event in PA in a few weeks. I wish I was going to all that kind of stuff. But there is another LNC meeting, speaking of random meetings, end of July in Alexandria, Virginia. Okay. I have serious misgivings about this because nowhere in the Constitution did it say how many parties there shall be in this nation. Parties aren't mentioned anywhere in the Constitution at all. It's kind of an argument from silence. But anyway, yet I'm afraid by this bill we may well be doing that, saying, here are the 2 giants and the third will always be last. And then it encourages, there's a call to action. LP member is new BFL editor. What is BFL? Oh, Books for Libertarians. Okay, back then, they didn't have social media. They didn't have Twitter. You guys would laugh. When going through the historical stuff, you think libertarians are bad on social media now. All angry. You should see the letters they used to write. Single-spaced, like 10 pages. Just completely ranting. You're picturing them at home in their Selectric, just going, yeah, you're not a real libertarian. And the letters that headquarters used to get, and some people are still around today acting the same way on social media. Names shall not be mentioned. And then we'd get some letters from non-libertarians, so just wackos throughout the country. I have a folder that I labeled Barking Moonbats. And some of those letters, we got in hand-drawn pornographic drawings of Harry Brown from somebody from the Christian Liberation Front. It's interesting. But here's what's funny about the porno pictures of Harry Brown. And it was from a lady, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've seen them. And she drew a picture and then labeled each part of the picture. So it had an arrow pointing and said ass. And then there was a little like pile and she pointed to that and put poop. It was hilarious. The letters. Wackadoodle. Somewhere more than one cuckoo clock is missing. It's cuckoo. Okay. So Carl T. Flock is missing a vowel. Can I buy a vowel, Alex? A longtime LP member has been appointed the new editor for Books for Libertarians. Oh, okay. So what I was getting to, and also what we did back then, we meaning libertarians, not me personally, I didn't become a libertarian until 2014, is exchanged book lists. I have a banker's box just full of book catalogs. Not the books, book catalogs. Libertarians all loved exchanging book lists, and one of those book lists was Books for Libertarians. Those interested in writing blah blah blah. Gene Trospers, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, a little thing of the hate mail. And back then we also used to have, remember Watts numbers? So remember when long distance used to like cost you a lot? And you'd get this like discount long distance number. It was called a Watts number, WATTS. So we had a 1-800-WATTS number at headquarters, and apparently someone was dialing it every 30 seconds and running our bill up. There was all kinds of interesting stuff in the records. California group fights ballot barriers. Voters' Choice Initiative is a California group working on a referendum to lower the number of petition signatures required to get on the ballot in California from 10% to a more reasonable 1% of the most recent gubernatorial vote. I don't know what the ballot requirements are right now in California, but that's where they were then. And there's an address here. Alrighty, we finished May, June LP News. That was something. So I guess we're not going to be doing LP News in July because LP News is skipping a month, but we'll do other history. We'll find history to cover for sure. And I do want to catch up on my opposition research of third parties. We have not covered the Forward Party at all, and I'd like to. And we do need to catch up on our commie friends with the People's Party. And I've got 4, I think, issues of ballot access news to go over. So there's quite a bit. Tomorrow is, let's go to the full screen now that we're done looking at this. Okay, much better, because I like having the comments on the screen. Unfortunately, it doesn't pull in the old comments. I wish, oh, I need to take down Asteros here too. Alrighty. Though, please go to asteros.com/free for your free promo. So tomorrow is the LP Happy Hour. Go to lp.org. The link is there. I'm the one opening the room tomorrow. I got to go buy plenty of sangria for the LP Happy Hour, so I will be doing that. If I'm still sober enough, I will be doing an LNC update. If I don't do it Friday because I drank too much sangria, I'll do it on Saturday. And then Sunday night is an LP meeting. Monday night, I have a board meeting. So there probably will not be shows either night. There might be, though. But Monday during the day, Mike Seebeck and I are doing a Cult of R.O.N.R. marathon. No, rum is a bit too strong. I won't last too long chugging rum, but sangria is okay. Yeah, so that's the schedule. And of course, Saturday at 2 is the radio show. I'm recording it tomorrow, And I'm telling you guys right now, you, my loyal listeners, that the title is a little clickbaity, so don't get all riled up. You know, I try to be fair. I know some people don't think I am, but it's generally rotten, terrible people or horrible LNCs that think I'm not fair. But in general, I have a reputation for trying to be fair. And a lot of times the winners, and I'm not talking within the LP, though I'm sure it happens in the LP too, just in general, any political contest, the winners really can be sore winners and aren't fair in representing the point of view of those who didn't win. I don't want to call them losers, they just happen to be the ones who didn't win. And in this whole Roe versus Wade thing, I'm finding that the right, I'm moving this out of libertarian politics a lot. I will bring in libertarian politics, but we're outside the left-right paradigm. But I'm going to be breaking down for the show on Tuesday, a show by Ben Shapiro, in which I don't think he was entirely fair to the point of view of the left. So the title of the show is going to be Let's Be Fair to the Left. Don't get triggered by it, because being fair means also rightful criticism. But there are some things that are being represented by more conservative people, particularly Republicans like Ben Shapiro, but even a little bit in libertarian circles that I don't think represent their view fairly. You don't have to agree with someone's view to represent it fairly. I believe in strong manning and not straw manning. So that's going to be Saturday's show. I'm recording it tomorrow, but it will air Saturday at 2 Mountain. Next week I will be doing a whole abortion show. Hopefully it won't turn out to be a total abortion. All right, everyone. I am going to get going. I appreciate your time tonight. I'm getting right back to minutes. That's what I'm in such a rush for. Until those convention minutes are done, no rest for the wicked. Love you all. I hope you have an awesome night.
Given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business.